Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Simple Minds Sports Show. I'm here to tell you one thing. The Patriots' expectations, they've officially been elevated. I'd like to talk about that tonight, among other things. But as always, we're going to open with some opening takes here in the Simple Minds Sports Show, tell you what we're all about and what we're here to talk about tonight. We're going to throw it over to El Chifo, just back from Mexico. The only guy that went to Mexico and got paler, except for his beard. Bobby, why don't you go ahead and take it?
It's true. He is pale.
Unbelievable that none of that is true. But what we just witnessed on Sunday night might have been the Patriots nuts dropping for the first time in 3-4 years, maybe. It was their biggest win probably since the Super Bowl, 53. And maybe this team now has a pulse. Maybe this team can take a punch and punch back. Maybe they won't just melt down immediately the second something goes wrong. It was highly encouraging. It was great to watch. We may even have a season in front of us. The rest of the Patriots schedule is a cavalcade of idiots and bums and a who's who and suck in the NFL. So, hey, maybe kudos to us. Maybe it's our time again.
Riding that roller coaster of fun right now, right out of Patriots Nation, coming back from Cancun. This guy's riding.
Goddamn right, baby.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do to temper those thoughts. Raymond, your opening take.
Thank you there, Richard. And I just want everyone in New England to relax. Okay?
Ooh, there it is.
A few weeks ago, we lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers, an abysmal game. We're riding high on 2-game winning streak. Yes, we beat the Bills, but what's going to happen is we're playing 1-4 teams coming up. We will lose to one of those, and then Rome will be burning once again. So everyone needs to relax. Yes, it's nice that we're back in the winning ways, but this is a marathon, not a sprint, boys.
I'll take 5-3. Sounds great.
We're going to do a lot of Patriots here for sure to start the show. Patriots Bills reaction, and what the realistic future looks like for this team. Is it real? Is it not so real? Definitely want to talk about that. I'll go Red Sox here in opening take because we do want to get a little post-mortem. It is the end of baseball season. We won't talk about these guys for a while because baseball has done a lot of things to fix their game. Fixing free agency is not one of them, so we won't talk about baseball free agency till February because there's still a bunch of morons. So I want to get to the end of the season, why they lost to the Yankees there in really game 2. They lost the series, but obviously games 2 and 3, and what they plan to do about it in the offseason, including a lot of big talk from Mr. Craig Breslow. We've got a lot of clips from him tonight. So do some Red Sox talk. We're going to start with Patriots-Bills reaction, though, of course. We've got 10 questions from a guy named Rob. Early lines with Dr. Big Mac.
You fucking sucked last week.
That's cool. Red Sox postmortem, as I just mentioned. Question mark. This or that with Chief Bobby? Not sure. I haven't got that one of that through, so we'll see if that comes through. Simplest Minds of the Week. As always, this is the Simple Minds Sports Show, Friday Rewind live, Tuesday, October 7th. Welcome to the show. I got something troubling on my mind. I got something troubling on my mind. I got something. If you're watching on YouTube, you're welcome. As I mentioned, Bobby's back, paler and happier, but also more facial hair and new room, I suspect.
Mm-hmm. I'm still in Mexico.
Oh, good for you. Ray, looking cute as a button. If you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, please rate, subscribe, review, tell your friends, as always, tell your mothers. And Ray, why don't we tell them about our favorite fan favorite?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Check on fan favorite to get all your Patriots apparel, Bruins apparel, Red Sox apparel, Celtics apparel. They have new signings with Andres Borregales, who just hit the game-winning field goal the other day, and then Alex Austin, who we've always said is the second best cornerback on this team. So yeah, go check them out. Get your apparel right now.
Yep, we've always said Borregales was a great kicker too. Probably the best in the game after that game winner, which we're going to get to here in just a second. Patriots Bills 23-20 Sunday night victory. What comes out of this? First question for me: was this a Drake May game or was this a Steph Diggs game? Raymond.
Thank you. I will go, and it's since 2020. That was the last time a wide receiver put up those kind of numbers. This was a Steph Diggs game. He came out. It was a revenge game. I wished every game was against the Bills or Vikings because he played electric. He didn't look like a 32-year-old that just came off of ACL surgery. He was catching the ball on the sideline. He was making great reads on the defense, getting to the open spots, laying down that zone. And yeah, this was all Diggs.
Bobby.
It was a Drake May game. Drake May, Diggs doesn't get the ball unless May makes some of those plays. May show that he can finally win a game that kind of like matters. He was in a real hostile environment. They had that, whatever they called it, the cold front there. They had the whole whiteout. It was like an actual legitimate road primetime game. And while it wasn't always perfect, and in comparison to how he looked with Josh Allen, you could tell how far he has to go. He performed when he had to, and he did what needed to be done. Without quarterback play, Diggs doesn't get the ball.
Yeah, the real answer is both, and both adequate answers from you guys, but just works out that you're both wrong. The real answer is both. You can't have one without the other. It's a Drake May coming out party, but it would not have been there without Steph Diggs. And we can call it a revenge game if we want. He did the same thing with the Texans last year. The Bills lost to the Texans, and Steph had a good game. But you go back to last week, and I get it was the Panthers, but that's the first time we've seen him do that. 200-yard games in a row. I've said it many times to this point now. I was wrong about Stephon Diggs. He is exactly what they need. My biggest palpitation now for the season is, what if he goes down? You're back to nothing. So that's second guessing in the front office, and obviously forecasting something that hasn't happened yet. But that's neither here nor there. I think both is the answer. Drake May, 22 for 30, 273 yards, no touchdowns, but no picks. It felt like he ran around a lot in this game, and he did, scrambling, but nothing forward necessarily. He only had 3 rushes for 12 yards, but one of those was a big second down carry in the red zone to get a first down, took a big hit, kind of a high-low thing, if you remember that play, which I kind of like. He didn't necessarily need it. It was second down, but it was that time of the game where when he went, I went, don't slide, go for it, Drake, and he did. So feels like he, especially in the second half, really got control over that game and was in a good spot. The throws that this kid made is why Bobby's right on this, that it was a Drake May game. And mostly it's coming in the second half. But in all of them, it's Diggs and Henry. Those are his guys. Nobody else catches the ball in this team.
Booty gets a touchdown.
It fucking should be. Demario Douglas and the rest of them should barely play. Booty should get a few targets because he's playing pretty well. But they're doing what they should do.
I'll get to that in a second, Bobby. I mostly agree with you. And this is a Drake
However, you're wrong again.
I mean, inevitably, yes, but I'm going to make it a little bit nicer than just say you're wrong, even though it is a fucking stupid comment. The Diggs catches, the throws and catches the Diggs, the one, the sliding catch. Not a lot of people are making a big enough deal out of this one. It started basically the game-winning drive, the drive that they went down and scored a touchdown to get up by 10, I believe. But it was to Drake May's left and put it right where the ball needed to be. The defender was draped over Diggs, and Diggs went into a sliding into second, veteran move, caught it on his stomach, rolled on his back, just a professional wide receiver catch. You don't see it every day. Obviously, the 30-yard dime that the Sports Center, that's
what wet dreams are made of. That's wet dream material.
That's why Bobby's writing this is you don't find Jaden Daniels doesn't make that throw. You don't find guys like that on trees. There's only a handful of dudes on the planet that make that throw. And you got one of them. And he didn't just do it once. He kind of did it all night. The one to Diggs, where Diggs went horizontal on the sideline. That was a big third down play. Obviously, where he's dragging the 300-pound defender in the game-winning drive with 2 minutes left. We may look back and call that a signature play of his career. So it was a coming out party for May nationally. I don't know what you're laughing at. What did you send? Have you been drinking, Ray?
Nope. I thought it was funny too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay. I don't get it.
You don't get it?
Okay. Any other thoughts there, but Ray? It's a Diggs game, but Drake May. How big was your May in your pants on Sunday night?
Bigger than I've ever had since the 8th grade, at least, because that was a fully erection game right there. Drake May I know that was bad, Bobby. I'm sorry. But no, Drake May had a really good game, so I'm very excited moving forward. But I just think, on my opening take, everyone needs to relax. Just settle down. There's going to be a bad game coming up. He's going to have those roller coaster ride of a season still. It's not everything's going in the right direction. It's a 2-game winning streak. You beat the Panthers, you beat the Bills on the road. I mean, that's great. But moving forward, you're probably going to lose to the Saints or fucking the Titans, something stupid like that.
Okay, we'll get to the bad judge, but I mean, this was. I looked at this and went, "This is kind of all Drake May and Diggs." Diggs had 10 catches, 146 yards.
We're running the whole offense through him now, 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, if it wasn't for him, that they wouldn't have been moving. They couldn't run the ball where the shit. The scheme wasn't really getting guys open per se. It was Steph Diggs beating his guy and Drake May feeding him the ball all night, especially on when they needed it. That third quarter sliding catch started driving a drive that scored. The 30-yard dime to the 5-yard line on the scramble play that led to a Stevenson touchdown, and then after that. Marcus Jones interception. It was 3rd and 7, deep in your own zone, and that's when he made the sideline kind of horizontal catch with Drake May fading to his right. It's a big play. You get a turnover, and they went down and scored on that too. So between those two guys, I mean, that was their offense that night, and I don't think it's really hard for me to look past that.
They didn't run the ball. They didn't do anything else.
Go ahead, Bobby. Just the difference level in the skill set of those two guys. And really, this is why I do lean a little bit more towards Diggs, because they haven't had a guy like this since Edelman in like 2018 Super Bowl run. And even then they haven't had a guy like this since prime Edelman, which was 2017 or something, Yeah.
Well, they have two things. One, they have a guy at quarterback, they have a guy at receiver, and they have a guy that can coach that each week is making the offense better, and they're doing what they do well, and they're leaning into it, and they don't look like the same team every week, and they kind of look like the old Patriots teams where there's these plays where, okay, it's 3rd and 7. You don't feel like it's over, and why just punt now? Like, no, like we can still, like, we can do this. We're going to run a play that looks like this other play that we did, and then boom, a guy's open here because he had it all set up for when it was 3rd and 7. Like, there is actual confidence that offense can be created, not that it just is going to happen by chance. But yeah, like, the offense is going to be 3 guys the rest of the year, but that is we forget that's kind of what it's like for the rest of the league. Like, your team really boils down to 6 or 7 core guys, and those are the guys that you ride with. We just haven't even had 6 guys in years.
Yeah, which gets me to the point I mentioned it before. For this team to really take the next level, maybe it's not this year, although of the trajectory in which they're proving, you look at Drake May in week 1 where he just looked lost to now. And look, it's not linear. Ray's right. His greater point is they're going to drop one of these games. Like, I circle Cleveland with a nasty defense. We'll see what they can do in offense. Whatever one, Atlanta, someone's going to jump up and have a good game, and they're going to knock them out.
Yeah, they're not going to beat all these shitty teams ahead of them.
No, and Drake May is going to have a bad game. So it's not linear, but from an offensive standpoint, in Drake May, if he can improve in the pocket, hang in for just a little bit longer, and stop his eyes from just looking at Diggs or just looking at Henry, he's got guys open. I know I've been the main Demario Douglas sucks component on this team, but based on all the professionals I listen to, he's open a lot. Like, he's pretty much open all the time, and he should be, because he's like the 4th option on this team now, which is where he belongs. Kayshon Boutte, the same thing, and May tends to find him at least a few times a game now, which is good. I'm just saying, to elevate this offense, which I think they could, obviously they have places to go, is Drake May getting comfortable enough in that pocket and the offensive line improving enough where he can scan the field and find some of these secondary guys. And then when you do that, yes, now you are true contenders. Now you're talking about actually making a legitimate run.
And McDaniels
is indecisiveness. God,
McDaniels is probably just showing them that during like post-game tape and all that stuff, showing Drake, like, look at the time you have if you can hang in there a little bit longer, X, Y, and Z's open. And that'll be something to look forward to, like, coming in the coming weeks, like against these lower teams. Like, will he stay in the pocket longer? Will he stop going for the rush? Yes, I know that he's a playmaker and he has the ability to throw on the run, and that's part of his game. But I want to see him, like you're saying, Rich, hang in there a little longer, find these other guys that aren't getting the ball that we thought would get the ball a lot more this year, and have more than just 2 guys to throw to, have a 3rd or a 4th.
You know what gives me a lot of confidence about that? You look at the Carolina game, they blow out a bad team. Bills game, they beat a good team on the road. Drake May in the Carolina game did exactly what we're talking about. took his checkdowns, took the easy stuff. It was a bad defense, and they won that way. And he was, fairly underwhelming, but really efficient. The Bills game, they needed to go off script. He needed to make plays out of his ass, and he did because he's an unearthly human being athletically. So if he has that in his mental bag to know when to stay within the office and know when to break out, yeah, they're going to be really fucking good for a very long time, and it's exciting to think about. I'm just saying. Obviously, this is an obvious statement. He has room to improve there. That was his 17th start in the NFL. He just finished his rookie season. So
that's crazy.
Things are looking up. We haven't heard from this guy on this program, directly. So I just wanted to play this clip from Stephon Diggs, who was all over the place, pregame, postgame, anybody that put a mic in his face, he was talking. And I'm just going to preface this with, this is a guy, and I'm not shitting on him for it. This is a guy that understands where he's at in his career. He's trying to be a leader. It's not natural to him. And that is so obvious to me when you listen to him talk. But I just give him credit for what he's doing, because obviously it's working and being effective. But it's not cringy. It's just okay, like a golf clap to Stuff Diggs. Good job not being a fucking total asshole, man. Thank you. You're being a good guy.
I seen a young quarterback take a step in the right direction. They did a lot of comparisons during the week, and I feel like it was a hell of a comparison to be compared to Josh Allen. But as you come into your own, Drake May has to be Drake May. And I was just so proud of him. Coming in here and leading the team. Being a young quarterback can be hard sometimes, and that's why you have a supporting cast. Running backs making plays, receivers making plays, and let him know that you got his back. So I was just super proud of him. He has a good approach during the weekend. Attach yourself to the process and not the results.
It just sounds like a guy that's been thrust onto a team that has nobody in that position, and he's talking out of talking points.
Chat GPT right there, baby.
Well, look who else is in that receiver room. You got Booty, you got Douglas.
It's like
he's the short bus of the NFL.
He's learning how to be in this role, and good for him. I found that funny, and we could play clips from him from Sunday night all night long, and it was kind of all the same stuff. On the field, it's a little more animated. He had a little more to give, but if he's going to be that kind of guy all year, we got a season, boys, for sure. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break and get back to the rest of this game.
Let me tell you something. I'm happy for you. Okay, it's the players, fellas. You guys go out there and do this. Okay, so much we can do to improve. We talked about taking the next step. Okay, and they were in the way. Okay, and we took the next step. Okay, but I'm not surprised. I want you to understand it. I'm not surprised at all. Okay, game ball, Diggs. There you go.
Boy was feeling it. He also, big captain moment, went over to our very own Ramondre Stevenson after another fumble.
Fuck that guy.
And told him, we're going to need you, big boy. And inevitably they did. Antonio Gibson went down with a blown ACL, and Stevenson had two of the easiest touchdowns I've ever seen, but he did have two extra touchdowns. The biggest play out of Stevenson was his 5-yard run in the last drive that put him at a 52-yard field goal instead of like a 60-yard field goal. And he didn't fumble the ball. So good for him. Real quick, what do you do with Stevenson, Bobby?
I mean, right now, I would say the approach that Vrabel's taken in retrospect is the right one by not banishing him and kind of like keeping his confidence going along. You kind of have to have him as your running back one still right now. I mean, clearly Henderson, the game's moving too fast for him. He's not ready, and they haven't made a move to bring in somebody else. You need him right now. You need him.
Do they need him, Ray? They're 14th in yards per carry before contact. They're 29th in yards per carry after contact. They're 28th in yards per carry overall. They're not good. That 14th before contact is an offensive line stat. So they're middle of the pack. Before the running back touch the ball, the offensive line is doing an okay job getting them blocked. Once they get hit, they go down. So can anybody do that and not fumble the ball a league leading 7 times or whatever it's been?
Yeah, they're talking about signing, bringing up practice squad players. They're talking about making trades for Nick Chubb or any other veteran guy that's on like the third back depth on the depth chart for any team. So yeah, I think you're going to see a trade coming up if they can't find anyone off the street. You gotta have someone right behind Stevenson because, like Bobby said, Henderson is not ready.
Let me tell you, that might be one of the playoffs are now the expectation, and that might be one of the most important moves they make, purely because Stevenson can't hold on to the ball, and that problem's going nowhere. That's the deal. So I've heard guys like Chubb, I've heard guys like Derrick Henry, I've heard guys,
the Derrick Henry one though.
Henry.
No. I heard it too. I know I'm not disagreeing with you, Rich. I'm saying I heard it, but I'm just saying no. Like that will never happen.
Okay, I would never say never on that. The Baltimore Ravens are in a place that they are going to blow some shit up, including Harbaugh out the door, and Derrick Henry's an aging running back. You get a 4th and 5th round pick swap for that, you might do it. And the Patriots should, because you cannot rely on Drake May doing what he did Sunday night against good teams every time. You just can't. And if you can't run the ball, then inevitably you're going nowhere. So that's the biggest problem on this team that's been masked so far. The last couple games that they certainly have to address. We talked about this a little bit, but another massive good sign for the Patriots. 2 minutes and 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Bills tie the game with a field goal, 20-20. May starts that drive with what may be a signature play of his career, stiff arming the 300-pound defensive lineman to get it to Diggs for what ended up being a 12-yard gain in a first down that started that drive off. 2 plays later, an absolute P to Booty on the sideline in cover 2, which you just don't see often. And you listen to any professionals, and there's only a handful of guys that make that throw. You really got to time it and dime it in there. If you go back, Demario Douglas was open in that play too for like a 16-yard drive, but fuck him.
Yeah, no, seriously, fuck him.
And then, as I just mentioned, you got about a 5-yard run from Stevenson to put you into field goal position with 15 seconds left. The rookie makes this 52-yard game-winning field goal. The only problem I have with this is the NFL. It takes 2 throws and 1 good run, and you're in game-winning field goal position in the fourth quarter. That needs to change. They love it. No, it's so gross. Like it was good as a Patriots fan, but like I didn't even realize it until I went back and looked at the play sheet, the play-by-play. To start that, the starting position of the NFL to where kickers are making field goals now is like you got to make 18 yards. Like it's nothing, It's a little bit, and 18 seconds exaggeration. There were 2 great throws from May is the greater point, and he did it under pressure. One of the hardest places to play in the league. 14 straight wins to the Bills until Patriots went in there and snapped it. That's probably the biggest takeaway from the game, and that's why it's a Drake May game, not a Diggs game.
Suck it, Ray.
Always.
Flipping gears on the other side here. Defense, 3 turnovers for them. Really only 1, though. 1 turnover, the Bills just dropped the ball on a handoff. 1 was, I guess the wide receiver caught the ball. So, 2 turnovers there. But Marcus Jones' pick was the most legit. That was a fucking hell of a game from a guy who had a hell of a...
Lane caused a fumble, right?
He did, yeah, you're right. It was... I thought that was on the kickoff, but it's because it was so far in Patriots territory. It felt like it. First play out of there. And Coleman, I think, got stripped.
Yeah, Spillane, yeah.
They stopped Cook, the run defense for the Patriots. The Patriots, this is from Evan Lazar, Patriots.com. Patriots holding the Bills' rushing attack. There's a lot of stats in here. I don't know what any of them mean, but I assume they're good. 36% success rate and just 3.3 yards per rush for Cook. Buffalo entered the week as the top-ranked rush offense in expected points added. Okay. But the Patriots defense shut Cook and company down to the tune of negative 0.36 EPA per rush. On top of the low efficiency, Cook's longest run of the night was 9 yards. They didn't let Allen scramble too much on the ground. A couple late scramble plays on the touchdown drive when they were playing some man-to-man. They ended up playing 41% man last night, switching it up a lot. They did give up the middle of the field to the tight ends, specifically to Dalton Kincaid, who was mostly covered by Jalen Hawkins, who absolutely blows. This guy sucks. Listen to this shit. Dalton Kincaid had 6 catches for 108 yards, 4 catches for 72 yards against Patriots safeties Jalen Hawkins and the rookie Craig Woodson. That guy, I mean, they suck. Their safeties suck. They haven't had a free safety since Devin McCourty. I don't know if you've heard me say that on this program before, but Jalen Hawkins is not the answer. The guy gets blown every game like Irene on Irene on Tuesdays. It's just a constant train of blowing for Jalen Hawkins, like Irene on Tuesdays. I don't understand how they went into the season with that tandem and they cut Jabril Peppers and thought like we're good here. Was that? Do you think, Bobby? Do you think that was they planned? We're going to give up the middle of the field, not let Cook run, not let Josh Allen run, and nobody beats us over the top.
I think that the plan was that they were just going to play him straight up instead of sitting back in a zone. Like you watch every Bills game and Josh Allen just sits back there and throws the ball. They actually just played everybody straight up and said, beat us. And they didn't beat him enough. So I don't know if it was the plan was obviously to stop the run. They went in there. The Patriots have been good against the run really all year. So that was the plan. And then their plan was to just play straight up, and it worked.
They looked aggressive. Now, they didn't blitz. They had 4 blitzes in the second half, 1 in the first half. But I forget, there was a swing pass in the first half, and it was gang tackled. There had to have been 8 Patriots on the running back, if you remember.
They've been gang tackling. The defense has been like that all year. The defense plays hard. They don't always win plays, but they play hard.
Outside of the Raiders game, they suck dick. But you're right. After that, they've been ramping up the intensity, including some unnecessary roughness penalties, which we could talk about if you want to, which were some of the dumber penalties I've seen in a long time.
The refs tried to take over that game like they do every game.
Say that again.
The refs tried to take over the game as well.
There was some bad, the unnecessary roughness. First of all, the one on Drake May when he slid and got hit. I didn't like that one. Though they called the one on the defensive
one on
tackle.
Farmer when Cook took a knee.
Well, that one was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know how you blame the refs on that one. I mean, Cook's on the ground. Who tackled him? Barmore or something?
Farmer.
No, he got the penalty after. Who actually made the tackle was already
tackle. Oh, I don't know who tackled.
Yeah. Farmer fucking drilled him into the ground like he was a tackling dummy. That was stupid as shit. And then Brendan Schooler had the other one. While they're 10 yards out of bounds, he lays an elbow into the guy. Like, that was...
He's good for that every year. Every year he gets one of those stupid penalties.
He had 1 snap on defense, and that's what he did. There's this whole theme that Vrabel's getting this team to play aggressive, play mean, and come with an energy and come with an attitude, and they certainly did that on Sunday night. What comes with that when you have a young, raw, talented team is some stupidness. So it's going to be up to Vrabel to bring this back in as the season goes on, especially when you get in against tougher competition. You can't afford that. That drive was the Bills were aided by 2 of those penalties on one drive. There's 30 yards in penalties, and as we just mentioned, you only need 20 to get into scoring position now. So it hurts. You can't be doing that all the time. I thought Marcus Jones had an unbelievable game. We talked about the interception. He also had a great pass pickup on Coleman. Say it again.
I said best defensive game of his career outside of punt returns.
Yeah, last week he had the punt returns. This week he had a great defensive game. So, yeah, he's moving in the right direction.
You have to like what you see out of the cornerbacks now that you have your 3 starters, although their depth is still basically 0. As we mentioned at the beginning of the season, but if these 3 guys can stay healthy, Christian Gonzalez is the quietest cornerback maybe in the league, which is obviously a compliment. They just don't throw at that guy for good reason. He's good. Pretty silky. Marcus Jones had a good game. I'll tell you what, Carlton Davis, hit or miss for that guy. Big swings with Carlton Davis. He got beat in the Coleman touchdown. He got beat in a big 3rd and 6 in the game tying. I believe it was the game tying drive for the Bills to Coleman. Got beat over the top with him again. Always good for a couple penalties a game to this point. Carlton Davis. I don't know. Is he kind of a Brendan Browner, Brown and Revis kind of combination? hold him until they call it. They can't call everything physical cornerback, and you have to deal with that all season.
He is a physical cornerback, and that's what you brought to the table, that he was like that in Detroit and Tampa Bay. So, yeah, you're going to have that kind of penalties on you. You know, you're going to be playing aggressive, you know, right at the line, you know, after 5 yards, you're not supposed to have contact. He's probably going at 6, 7, you know, he's just trying to see what happens. But, yeah, he's going to be that physical back all year, and that's what you need on the other side with a quiet shutdown corner and Christian Gonzalez.
Go ahead, Bobby.
I was just say he's going to see the targets if Gonzalez is on the field because they're not going to throw to him. So he's gonna get tested.
That's a good point. Have you seen Carlton Davis or seen him speak?
Not until you sent me this today to do it, and he reminds me of like that drunk uncle.
Yes, is the answer to this question.
Let's listen to Carlton Davis' reaction after the Bills win.
It was good to kind of silence that crowd, and like after the field goal went in, the life just got took out of the stadium. You know, on the bus we were riding back, and usually the fans are, you know, kind of talking crap and, you know, sticking middle fingers up at us, and they were just out of it. They was quiet, like head down, and, you know, as a competitor, you do love to see it.
Do you think they light a blunt for him like before he gets into the locker room, or?
It's medical marijuana, so he's fine. Yes.
His eyes were like permanently in that stage of like looking high as fuck.
That's amazing. He seems like he's having a good time up there. Good for him.
Yeah.
Carlton Davis. A couple more points here. Borealis, 52, game-winning field goal. Borealis, it would have been good from 70. That thing cleared the top of the uprights.
Looks like it was still going up.
Unbelievable.
So she said.
You had the movement on the D line there, which the past 4 years we've seen the Patriots just shit their pants every single time. They did not, which was great to see. Vrabel talked about it specifically that they practiced this week, and he was glad that his team bought in. So that was nice to see. O-line, another big point. We've touched on a little bit here in this segment, but I'll tell you what, I don't think they were that great. He had 4 sacks on May. 2 of them I give on him. His pocket presence does need to improve. But the bigger plays of the game was May moving around, and not a lot of that was designed on the bigger plays of the game. Let me just give you this. I'll get your reaction. Again, this is from Evan Lazar. Buffalo turned up the pressure in the second half, a theme of the post-game press conference with the offensive players, blitzing May 8 times after only blitzing him twice in the first half. May lamented leaving some clean pockets, inviting pressure, but the offensive line allowed only 1 quick pressure the entire night. Overall, I saw a 38.9% pressure rate, with the lone blemish coming on a false start by Vidarian Lowe, which wiped out a very important third down conversion on his only snap of the game.
What a jackass.
You said
it. Vidarian Lowe. So, Lazar and the numbers are a little bit higher on the offensive line there, but it felt like pressure was coming up the middle, kind of right from the jump on that game. Maybe that's more May getting more comfortable in the pocket, but the combination of May's athleticism and McDaniel's play calling, they're doing okay. They're doing okay.
A-okay.
All right, last points here. What did you think about 2 coaching decisions? First, at halftime, you're tied 3-3. They get down within the 5-yard line. Vrabel intentionally calls a timeout with specifically 18 seconds left. He's got 1 more timeout in his pocket. You inevitably get down to the 1-yard line, miss a throw with 4 seconds left to Hunter Henry, who should have had it, and then you decide to kick the field goal with 1 second left on the 1-yard line. Bobby, what did you think about that whole sequence of events there from Vrabel?
Yeah, they absolutely should have had that touchdown on the previous play. It looks like Henry wasn't like quite ready for it, but May also should have put like a little bit more touch on that pass. But regardless, I'm fine with the field goal. Take the points, go up. We've seen we've already seen them fumble on the 1 earlier this year, and if they stop them there, the crowd gets the whole momentum at that point. The Patriots had the momentum. Let's go in with the lead, and we'll keep this game. We'll keep it moving forward.
100% agree. By the way, you needed the 3 to win. You won by 3.
Yeah, we won
Take
by 3
the points. I'm so glad Vrabel did that. And if you listen to him after the game, it sounded like it was just a gut call. Just like we needed to have the lead going into halftime. And if that meant a field goal from the 1-yard line, so be it. There's no guarantee you're getting in there. So
the Patriots aren't a team that can chase.
They can
play that game. They aren't set up to chase.
Nope.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. And More teams should just go back to this. Take the points, you fools. Take the
football.
points.
Just play
It
football.
changes the way you coach and play the game for the rest of the game. I'm so glad they did that. I hope they continue to do that type of thing throughout the season. Now, the end of the game, Ray. Specifically, this was would have been second down, 50-something seconds left. No timeouts for the Bills. They run a rollout with Drake May, who inevitably takes a sack, but it was kind of a no gain. Nobody open. He pump faked, held the ball. Nice heady play by May. But they were playing for the field goal. I mean, they ran it with Stevenson. After that, they ran it on first down. They run a naked bootleg, nothing really on second down. They were playing for a 55-yard field goal. I didn't love that. Your thoughts?
What would you want them to do, though? You want them to try to go score a touchdown, or just get into the range, when Buffalo has no timeouts, and kick that field goal?
I want them to continue to attack with May and Diggs.
30-yard field goal.
But with the way Stevenson was fumbling the ball, and then obviously the backup running back was injured with the ACL tear, Gibson, I'm sorry, you just play for what you have, because obviously they're going to try to go for the quarterback and play you hard on defense. So you have that, you were in that range, you got that 18 yards, like you said, and now you just play for the field goal and you hope you make it. If not, you're going into overtime.
I don't know. You came off Drake May shedding off a 300-pounder and then peeing that thing into Booty for 19 yards to get you into Borgales' field goal range, which is like 69 yards.
Nice.
And then you run, and then immediately give the ball to Stevenson again for kind of a 1 yard nothing. And then it just felt like, Bobby, it felt like their aggression that they'd been going with all season, really. He tampered that down at like one of the most important times of your season. And in real time, I felt like, oh, no, you need one more play. You need to give Drake one more opportunity here to get this ball down to the 30-yard line or so. And it felt like they let off the gas a little bit.
Probably the reasonable explanation would be they wanted to have as little time as possible for Josh Allen to have a rebuttal. They needed to end the game on their terms as opposed to putting the defense back on the field.
Fair. And maybe maybe Vrabel had confidence that Borgales was going to hit a 60-yard field goal if he needed to, and he did. And they got him an extra couple with Stevenson there on their last play. And 15 seconds left on the clock. Pretty good clock management at the end of the day because he made the field goal. I'm just saying, if you missed the field goal, a lot of second guessing there because they dropped back on aggression a little bit. Overall, we got a team. We've got playoff expectations. If they started today, you would be the 7th seed taking on Buffalo. You're a full game up on everyone behind you.
Fuckers.
And you've got Jacksonville in front of you, who somehow is 4-1.
The Colts are the best team in the AFC right now.
Colts are the number one.
Daniel Jones, the god.
The Chiefs are out right now. The Ravens are out right now. We know the Bengals are kind of washed, even though Flacco's going over there. So it's going to be an interesting run towards the end, but you are firmly in the mix. There's no excuse to miss the playoffs here, especially.
Cats are about to be favored in the majority of games they play the rest of the season.
Goddamn right. You're goddamn right.
Deserving too.
Okay, we're going to do end this segment here and throw it over to headlines with the obvious one.
Thank you there, Richard. The Red Sox have broken hearts once again after an epic Game 1. The Sox get taken to the cleaners faster than Kathy takes those dirty sheets after she has her way with Bobby and myself. Season over, but hey, there's always next year, and I'm sure the front office has the pieces in place moving forward. Speaking of dirty sheets, the Patriots gave all of New England a reason to celebrate after traveling to that dump they call Buffalo and breaking all of the Bill Mafia's hearts by defeating them 23-20. Drake May continues to impress with Stephon Diggs having his best game as a Patriot with 10 receptions and 146 yards. The Bruins dropped the puck in D.C. Wednesday night and take on the Capitals, but the bigger news coming from the Bruins is that on January 15th, Zdeno Chara's number 33 will be retired. Congrats, Z. And finally, in Celtics news, Jason Tatum has agreed to become the new chief basketball officer, for his alma mater, Duke. I'm sure Kyrie Irving is in a cave somewhere cursing out the Celtics, Thanksgiving, and now Jason Tatum. This has been Headlines with the Obvious One. Back to you, Richard.
Duke. Cool.
Did you hear the first part of the headlines?
The Red Sox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, maybe I didn't. What specific? What are you talking
Yeah, I stopped paying attention when the headline started.
about? Yeah.
Yeah.
I made a joke about your mother satisfying Bobby and myself.
Oh, cool.
I heard the
Well-
satisfying part, but I didn't know what it was. But okay, it was his. All right, that makes more sense. That's good then.
Bobby, let's go with some 10 questions from a guy named.
Very good. A little bit more Patriots talk. Has Drake May caught up to Jaden Daniels?
No. Jaden Daniels went to an NFC Championship game. Drake has a lot to prove still. Jaden Daniels has also thrown for over 300 yards in the game. Drake May has not. So, no, he has not caught up to Jaden Daniels.
Have to agree. Same.
Oh!
I agree as well. He did it for a whole season. Drake May did it for 3 games.
Whoa.
Pretty easy answer.
Yeah.
Who's been the best offseason addition for the Patriots thus far?
Stephon Diggs in that 32-year-old torn ACL.
Josh McDaniels. Suck it, Ray.
Yeah.
You're gonna say it right again.
That is a great
That's a great one. That's a good one.
Let me just give you this. If Steph Diggs was playing in with Alex Van Pelt calling the plays, how good do you think he'd look?
He'd already be traded.
Yeah.
By traded, you mean quit.
Yeah.
He'd have 3 women pregnant simultaneously from him dicking around the whole time because he's not paying attention to football.
His dick game would be way higher than it is now.
Yeah,
and it's pretty high
exactly.
right now. Who was the left tackle that quit last year before the season started?
Oh,
Yeah.
The guy from the Steelers, that would have been Diggs. He would have been all done.
Yep. That's fair.
So I mean, on the
McDaniels,
field,
great
obviously,
point.
McDaniels, though, I think is
Hmm.
not quite getting the credit. He will, though. He will.
Yeah, he will.
Wait.
Does Chara's number deserve to be retired?
Absolutely. When you're a captain for 12 plus years
Oh.
and you lead that team to a Stanley Cup, of course.
What
it
an
deserves.
absolute turd. What an absolute turd this is, Raymond. With the text chain explosion. Can you believe this?
Do you want proof?
Next thing
Where's
you're
the
going
proof?
to be the fucking Celtics. Everyone gets their number retired. No, it's Zdeno Chara. He gets his number retired. You fucking idiot. And so does Patrice Bergeron. Talk to me about Marchand. But those two guys are, they're top 5, maybe top 6 of Bruins all time. And
Why didn't they do Tim
Phyllis
Thomas then?
Or Phyllis Pizzito, Ray Bork. Like, yes, those guys get on there. They got a cup. They should have had more. I understand that, but they're some of the best Bruins of all time. And they'll be Hockey Hall of Famers. Those guys get numbers retired. 33, 37, up to the rafters.
Who cares?
Like I said.
Is the Lions' offense better without Ben Johnson?
Allow me. Who cares?
So far, since the Wonder Boy left, they've scored the most points through 5 games. So theoretically, answer is yes.
It's the
Yeah,
same
I
system
was
they're pretty
never-
much running.
I don't get the. I mean, I'm not a huge. I don't pay attention wildly to the Detroit Lions or the Bears, but the whole Ben Johnson. Everyone gets all jacked up and horny for these offensive coordinators to come in and change their program. Look at Mike McDaniel. Told you that was going to be a flop. Like, it's not like just because you have that success, there's so many other moving parts. It's not just one guy. And Ben Johnson, who came from the Dolphins with the Hardo, whatever the head
Mike
coach.
McDaniel.
No. Hardo, Lions head coach, which I can't think of his name.
Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell. Thank you. Those guys went together. And, this is the maturation of the NFL, and they all reciprocate. And, like, there's no guarantee. Look at the Bears. They're no great shakes. And they just promoted the guy underneath them in the same system, right? In
Yes,
in
they did.
Detroit.
Yes.
So they didn't change anything. You
That's
just
what I'm
happen to have a
saying.
pretty good quarterback in Jared Goff and the best wide receiver in football in Amon St. Brown, and maybe the best running back in football in Gibbs. So that probably has something to do with it.
It's possible.
Possible.
Have the Bengals quit on the season?
No, they just signed Joe Flacco.
Oh,
They
no,
just they just got Joe Flacco. Of course not. Come on.
I hated this question until the breaking news sounder came in that the Bengals signed Joe Flacco. Nope, they're back, baby.
They're back.
Nope.
Playoff bound, baby.
Fuck that. We're not going down without a fight. Joe Flacco's here.
The Ray's gonna like this. The only people that this matters for is Jamar Chase fantasy owners. Joe Flacco's just gonna pepper that dude with fucking balls, and that's it. That's it. That's the only difference.
Fair enough.
Also, is he on? Superfan Patrick made a very funny joke. we may actually witness the first ever true murder of a man on the football field with that Bengals offensive line. An old ass Joe Flacco just gonna get creamed. That may happen.
As long as he gets drawn and chase the ball, I don't give a fuck.
Thoughts on Al Horford to the Warriors?
What a cunt. Your career is pretty much over. Why don't you just stay here for a home down discount? You want a ring here. What do you have left to prove? What are you going to the Warriors for? They're not an NBA championship contender, and I don't want to hear the Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry connection. You are probably one of the oldest teams in the NBA now in the Golden State Warriors, and you're going there for what?
Yeah, the Golden State Grampies over there. I know.
They're the oldest starting lineup in the history of the NBA. I just looked it up. 2-year, $12 million contract with the Warriors. Yeah, no, that's a little bit aggravating there, Al, and your boy Tatum. Like, just hang around. Can you play for $6 million for the Celtics? No, or did Celtics not offer it?
They did. They were.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't offer him a contract at all. Yeah,
they did. I heard Brad Stevens did, and they were letting him go decide what he wanted to do, was retirement or take the deal. And then the Warriors came calling, and they kind of snuck right in.
The NBA minimum contract salary is 1.2 for zero service. Minimum salary for veterans is 3.3. So the Celtics offer them probably the minimum at 3.3, and the Warriors almost doubled it. That's probably what that was.
No, because they did the trades and stuff, so they opened up all that free agents, the cap space, and I think they could have brought him back with the Burge rights or whatever the fuck it is.
They could have, but did you see what the Celtics did this offseason?
Nothing.
They had one goal in mind, and it was to shed money. The reason Al Horford is a Golden State Warrior is because of the money. 100%. If the Celtics offered them the same amount of money, he would be in Boston. They didn't. They offered him less. And Al Horford has never turned down a contract, has never turned down a less money. That's why he went to the Sixers, and that's why he came back to the Celtics. So that's why he's in Golden State. And yeah, it sucks. They really could have used him. So just fucking pay him a little bit more money, Brad Stevens and Celtics. That's who you should be mad at.
No, I'm still mad at him.
Fair.
Thank you.
Should North Carolina buy out Bill Belichick's contract right now?
1,000% yes.
Yeah.
Hulu took away their little documentary.
Yeah.
Hulu took their documentary and said, "Nope, we're good with this." After they got blown out by Clemson, it's not Bill Belichick is not the GOAT coach. No if, answer, buts.
He's lost it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be interesting what it does to his actual legacy in 3 to 5 years when they start talking about this. Is it going to be?
We're all going to be like, "Oh, he's the greatest guy of all time." That's what we're going to say.
It doesn't take away from what he did, but it is ugly.
That's what happens. This is what happens when you let Grampy drive. You shouldn't do it.
I hear you.
Bad. Do the right thing. Take his keys. Worst look, Mark Sanchez, the butt fumble guy, or Mark Sanchez, the attempted murder guy?
This is an unbelievable story. Like
that guy looked terrible. That when they showed him in the hospital bed, the victim.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
When the story came out, Mark Sanchez is in the hospital for a stabbing incident. And you're like, oh my God, Mark Sanchez. Like, nope. Turned out he got fucked up and tried to rob some 69-year-old man who effed him up, put him in the hospital. What a unbelievable story. He's facing like 5 counts of felony. He's going to jail.
Oh yeah. I think he already got fired by Fox, right? Or let go.
Had to have been, yeah.
Well, he'll never, of course. The buyout is whatever his contract is that they can get out of it. They have.
There probably is like a stipulation saying like if you attempt to murder someone, you don't get paid and you get fired on the spot. So he really fucked that one up.
That's gotta be like
contract. That's not in my contract.
Ironclad, baby. Stabbings and all.
I can stab whoever I want. I get my money.
That kind of shit's in a person though. Like he was carrying that around as a human being through all of his thing, and then little liquid.
That wasn't his first stabbing. He's been stabbing for a while.
You ever been to Indianapolis too? It's a fun city. So he got ripping drunk, and he just probably
fucking
one thing led to another, and he saw someone. He's like, yeah, he looked like Vine and wanted to stab him. I get it. All been there.
That's racist for him.
Is that guy Mexican? No, I just want to fucking stab him.
Look at that pale ass, white ass Mexican. Stab that guy.
Pisses me off.
Ice.
The look on his face too. How great would it be if LeBron retired?
it made me very upset that I watched that stupid thing today, and it was about an alcohol
I
thing.
can't believe you fell for his
It
nonsense.
makes me very
you
upset.
absolute, you
watched
absolute
the
following
stupid
troll.
thing.
No, I saw. It was 12:36, and I said, "Oh man, wasn't he supposed to drop the decision?" So I'm like searching like ESPN and Bleacher, and I'm like, "Where the fuck is it?" So I had to go on TikTok and
That's the
type
thing. I'm
LeBron
always
in,
busy at
and it came up.
12:36 on Tuesdays, boning your mom.
True. Wiping up, cleaning up after it. The I mean, what a the insufferableness of LeBron James no still bounce. This is just so pathetic.
Who is his PR people thinking this is a good idea?
Stupid. Like, it'll be funny. People think it's a joke. No, we hate you, dude. I hope you retire very soon. But when here's how you're gonna know LeBron's gonna retire. ESPN's going to run the story for 24 hours before it happens, and he's going to take the full calendar year at the end of whenever
Like this year coming up,
and the Lakers missed the playoffs. In his post-game press conference, I'm going to be retiring. Let's get the gifts, people. Let's go. Every city I go to, every place I go to.
I want a gift. Your greatest
Flowers.
horse.
You want his flowers.
Ticket sales went up like 450% at in Cleveland, LA's last home game, all these last home games around the country. Tickets skyrocketed because they thought he was going to do the retirement thing. What a prick, LeBron. God, just retire. I said this in the text.
Whoever bought those tickets, fuck you guys. You're losers.
Yeah, you're an idiot too. He will be as big as he is and as undeniable as he is, he will go away from like the ether faster than anybody. For as big as he is, he will retire and then he'll be gone. He already kind of is. He's basically irrelevant. God, he's
been irrelevant for years.
For pretty much, basically since he went to LA, the bubble.
Did he get enough time?
No, did not get enough time. He should be
4 years.
A lot
is that
longer.
what it is?
Yeah, only 4 years.
Sanchez is going to get more time than that.
True.
Gonna have to go with no on this one.
That's all I got.
Have to go. You might get pardoned though, so man will be 0.
Nice.
Along with Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah. Is that my spotty internet? You guys are.
Yep. No, that's
spotty
you.
as shit.
No, that's you.
Cool. Okay. Speaking of spotty, we'll be right back with early lines.
Boom, boom. Thank you there, Richard. Let's go over what happened last week. Bobby, who no-showed but still got his picks and got 3 wins out of 5. I got 1 win out of 5, and Rich took it right up the butthole and only got none right. So leading is Bobby with
none right
there, baby.
You and I had the same picks on several picks.
Yeah, we had the Chargers together, the Bills together, the Rams together, but then you
also had a lot
and
of
the
gay
Seahawks,
sex
and then you took the Chargers, who lost, and the Ravens, who lost.
Okay, I don't trust it, but that's fine. What do you got
That's
this
fine.
week?
Let's go with game 1. Eagles traveling to the Giants. 7-point favorites for the Eagles. Thursday night football. Bobby, I'll start with you.
Give me the Eagles.
EAGELS.
The Giants below.
I will be taking the Giants because it's a short week. And you give me the.
That is not how you spell Eagles, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not how you spell Eagles, Raymond.
It's pretty close.
He's like the mayor of Philadelphia.
That is not how you spell Eagles. EAGELS. No.
Eagles. I'm taking the Giants. Give me the home team with the 7 points. Yeah,
The
short
lead,
week.
the lead will continue to grow for me.
Give me the Eagles.
I'm never gonna live that one down. Next game we got is the Broncos playing the Jets. Broncos 7.5-point favorites, but this game is in England at 9:30 in the morning, so that means breakfast beers once again. Richard, who do you got?
Broncos.
Robert?
Jets blow. Give me the Broncos.
I too will take the Broncos because the Jets blow 0-5. The season a disaster. Yep. Moving on. A very important game that one Richard McPhee will be at. Patriots traveling to the Saints. 3.5-point favorites for the Patriots. I'll go. Give me the Patriots. I think this is not going to be the game they lose. Patriots in a landslide.
I'm not going to go landslide here. Saints have been scrappy all year. Tough place to play. Coming off a high for the Patriots. I think they win because I think they're more talented. But and I think they win. They'll cover the spread. I'll take the Pats here, but it's not going to be a blowout. I don't think it'll be a blowout.
Okay, Robert.
I agree. Pats win, not a blowout. Give me the Pats.
Are you going to go to Bourbon Street at all?
No.
I was going to give you a letter to give to Dallas.
She's gone, Raymond.
Never. Next game, I think it might be the game of the week. 49ers 4-1 traveling to Tampa to take on the Bucks, who are also 4-1. 3.5 favorites for the Bucks. Bobby, who do you got?
Give me the Bucks.
Richard?
It's the Bucks. 49ers are frauds.
Fuck!
It's a dead body.
Fuck, boys. There's only one different pick. I'm too taking the Bucks because I think
pick better games to pick, you idiot.
All right, fine. Last one. Monday Night Football. Lions 4-1 traveling to the dead Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs 2.5-point favorites somehow. I don't know what Vegas knows that we don't, but I'll go. I'm taking the Lions, but +2.5. Bobby?
Chiefs need to save their season. They get the win.
What's the spread?
2.5.
The Chiefs are favored? Oh, no. Yeah, give me the Lions.
Yeah. Smart pick, Richard. And that's it. That's early lines, boys.
Thank you very much. Did you watch that? Oh, no. You were probably in bed. That Chiefs-Lions game, Trevor Lawrence falling down and running in.
I did not watch the game, but I did see the highlight, and it's amazing.
Chris Jones was barely attempting to run for him.
Yeah. Maybe the Chiefs are dead. We'll see. They got to get to a soft point in the schedule if they have one. All right. We'll be right back with a little Red Sox post-mortem if we have some time. Geez, we ran out of time. Well, that's all right. We'll get to it. The Boston Red Sox season has been over for a while now after dropping 2 straight to the Yankees. The only team in the 3 or 4 years they've been running this best of 3 wildcard series to lose after winning game 1. So they knocked that little check off in history. Series was really lost in game 2. Just quickly to go back. I know a lot of people have talked about it, but we haven't. So not enough people are talking about Brian Bayo not making through the second inning. Raymond, we talked about it. Kind of toot said that guy was going to fold. He did. He's not your answer as your second starter in your rotation, just for the playoff implications alone. Then your third base coach holds Eaton rounding third, cost him a run on a play to Jazz Chisholm. Durant can't catch a fly ball. Whitlock comes in the 8th, throws 46 pitches, gives up a hit off a bad bounce, leads to the game-winning run. Yankees lose 4-3. 7 pitchers used that night for Alex Cora. They really went all in, knowing that they had nothing to throw in game 3. Conley early comes in, valiant effort, but 4 given up in the 4th. Seeing eye singles, not good enough defense. Not bad defense there from the Red Sox in game 3, inning 4, but not good enough. And they dropped the game. They dropped the series, and they drop it because of all the reasons they were not good enough throughout the season. Poor defense, bad base running, stupid baseball, not enough pitching depth, and not the inability to get players home and get runners home in scoring position or in a timely fashion. Just too many big swinging dicks out there in the lineup. On the season, I thought they had more wins than losses, and that generally happens when you're a playoff team, even a wild card team with 89 wins. The Crochet deal started off in the offseason, was the biggest one. He is the biggest difference maker on this team. They were 14 games above 500 when he pitched. When he was not pitching, they were a 500 team, which they've been the last 4 or 5 years. So single-handedly, Garrett Crochet brought them to the playoffs. That deal alone, that's a win. And they got him traded, and they got him signed long-term. He's your future. Chapman, we didn't like it at the time, but obviously the best closer in baseball this year. They extended him next year as well. That was a win. The Bregman signing, a lot of people were iffy on that. I'm going to give that a win, not just for his contributions on the field, but what he did in the clubhouse for a young team and a culture that needed to really turn around. Bregman was huge, and you combine that with trading of Rafael Devers, Raymond, getting that fatty out of town. I think did wonders for this team. You went from a laboring organization and team to striving. And the last piece of that whole intangible between Bregman coming in, Devers going out, was you finally bring up Roman Anthony, and things really took off.
And his sister.
There. And that was really your turning point in the season. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. When Roman Anthony came up and he was electric, I mean, he started off a little slow, but then he's going to be the face of the franchise. That number 19 is going to be sold out wherever you go on Fanatics, go to the Red Sox game. Everyone's going to like him. He's going to be that fan favorite. So, yeah, I think that's a huge thing, and the team really rallied around it. And when they lost him for the season, we all thought they were over, but yet somehow they just kept going.
Yeah, and it's a team led by a guy like Alex Bregman. And Trevor Story to a lesser extent, but it's really a guy like Bregman that comes in with some pedigree and can speak and is calling guys at 2 a.m. and going over pitch, with his pitchers in the dugout on the iPad. So I think a massive impact from Alex Bregman, and I don't think I'm overstating that. They got to bring that guy back. Some losses on the season got in the way a little bit, or perhaps hurt them in acquiring additional talent. Not trading Jared Duran, either in the offseason when his value was highest, or at the trade deadline where you wouldn't offer him in a deal for Joe Ryan. Not trading Tristan Casas in the offseason where his value was higher. His value was highest last year. They should have got rid of him. But relying on that guy, and they put him in every trade rumor that you could think of. They tried to get some pitching from Seattle with Casas. They didn't want to do it, and they didn't get the return that they wanted for Tristan Casas. They overvalued Tristan Casas, and they fucked that up, point blank. They should have got rid of that guy. He was a zero even before he got hurt. There's been a roadblock at first base for years because I was waiting for this kid to come up. He has not done what he's supposed to. Sounds like they're moving on from him. Good for you. Should have did it last year. The failed trade deadline. This comes back to haunt you right in the playoffs. Absolute zero. Nobody. They didn't get anybody. You get Dustin May wasn't on the team. They needed a big power bat. Weren't able to do that. You got Nathaniel Lowe as a waiver pickup, but I don't give him credit for that.
No, you got lucky. You got lucky that he could come here and he could, he was a positive for the team.
And he was a nice contribution, but you really needed to go acquire the deadline. You could have. You didn't. You failed there. Go ahead.
The one big failure that you didn't have on this list is giving Campbell that big money contract and then him getting sent down to AAA because he was atrocious this season.
I'll give you the failure on breaking camp with Tristan Campbell. That was not the right move. We'll see if the contract works out or not. But breaking camp with him, he obviously didn't belong. That was a dumb move and set them back a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought these were interesting. This is Craig Breslow and Sam Kennedy. This first clip is Craig Breslow talking about the organization and how they're approaching development.
I think what some of our defensive lapses have done is cause us to take a look internally around the way that we are developing players, the focus on defense in the minor leagues, and we've identified some opportunities to maybe change some of the methods and focus on defensive conversion to a greater extent, and I think we're going to see the rewards of that.
That was interesting to me because they led the league in errors. They couldn't hit with guys in scoring position. They were swinging out of their ass. And every kid that came up here, good segue from Tristan Campbell, who literally just can't play defense. He doesn't know how to play baseball. He knows how to swing, and he's athletic, but he can't play baseball. Jaron Duran, another example. Guy couldn't catch a fly ball when he came up here. He had to learn on the fly in the bigs. Alex Cora talked about it this year when they're bringing guys up. Like, you can't – these guys – you can't teach these guys how to play second base when they're at the majors. You have to teach them in the minor leagues, and it will be less gay if you do that. We just touched on the deadline. Give me Breslow on the deadline.
I think it would be irresponsible not to go back and think about all of the decisions that were made leading up to today, and that goes back to acquisitions we made in the offseason, roster transactions throughout the year, and certainly the trade deadline. We went into the deadline with a few goals, and it kind of became apparent that some of those weren't going to be able to be achieved, and we pivoted and sometimes those work out, sometimes they don't. But I think we had a good process, we had good information, and our hope is we're going to find ourselves, 8 months from now or whatever it is, in late July with a really good team that we believe in, that we're looking to bolster all over again.
I have one question for this. Does that sound like a guy that was urgent at the deadline to acquire talent for this team to make a playoff push?
No.
Okay, can I just hear Sam Kennedy real quick?
What was rewarding to see this year was these two guys, again, to my right, acting with urgency, starting with our trip to Dallas and then all the way through. We didn't get there where we wanted to go. We all know that, but we acted with urgency and certainty and aggression, and we plan to continue to do that as we go forward.
Shut the fuck up, Sam Kennedy. He has said that same thing for the last 4 years after the Red Sox season. All 4 of them have been failures. This has been a step in the right direction. I wouldn't call it a failure. They met expectations this season. Sam Kennedy, you didn't work with urgency. You failed at the deadline, okay? You are working within parameters of what you want things to be perfect and value and the nerds. Your guys have not yet learned how, at the deadline specifically, when you need something, you overpay for it. That's what the market dictates, and that's what you do in order to win, because baseball is a game. It's a sport. It is not a business transaction, and that's how these guys are still treating it, as gay as it may be in baseball, and that's fine. So I've got the hint. We're going to save what the Red Sox need to do in the offseason for next week to make these guys sit through it. Even though
I was fine. Bobby made it.
By far the most excitement in Red Sox Nation for a long time was this team. But the 3 games we got to watch this year, playoff baseball, that was the most excitement I've been in a sporting event.
5 years?
Well, no, I mean the Celtics won, but there's an expectation there. It was kind of a boring finals. They smoked Luka, so it wasn't that excitement until like last night. Drake May and the Bills, you got that going again. But playoff baseball is fucking great, man, and to have 3 games of that was awesome. So, the next steps here for the Red Sox is not completely blow this offseason. You do actually have to be urgent. You do have to be aggressive. You do have to re-sign Bregman, get your pitching, get some big bats in the lineup, make the next step forward, spend some goddamn money, and make a run. Because if you do so, you're right in line with World Series contenders. If they start February not as leading World Series contenders in the American League, they failed the offseason. So we've got all winter to talk about it. I get it. We'll get back to the Red Sox next week because you guys are slugs who can't handle a little America's pastime talk.
I can't.
And we're late. So I'm going to scrap Bobby's segment because I don't think he actually did it. He's going to make it up the fly anyway. We're going to write the simplest minds of the week, and you can wait next week for his this or that as well. We'll be right back.
Oh, back to school to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool.
I will say, I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, I do have family members with Down syndrome. It almost got me. I dodged it, but it nicked me. A bit of a day walker myself.
Are you stupid or something? I'm as stupid as stupid does.
I think these are some good ones this week. I don't know if
these are very good ones. Second one I really like.
Okay, good. Here's the first one called Speed Meet.
Oh, I think we got another one. Yep. Going 45 in a 25 school zone. You ain't in that big of a hurry.
What happens when the guy backs up?
Well, the camera stopped rolling, Bobby. He had to go.
Not a legit point. I love that guy.
You ain't got somewhere to be that fast, buddy.
That clip made me laugh out loud. Speed Meet. Good for that guy. I gotta start doing that. I think that's
just that'd be fucking great. You have the perfect neighborhood for it too.
People fly by my house. Like
that's what I'm saying. You have the perfect. You get a radar gun, a fucking lawn chair, and a cooler full of beers. You could be doing that the whole time.
Fucking meat.
I've had several verbal altercations with neighbors driving too fast. I gotta introduce some meat. I gotta make some changes.
Yep.
Gotta introduce some raw ground beef. All right, here's the next one. Ray likes this one. It's called Getting Arrested.
Speaker. Thank you. Hello? Hello? Mom, I'm getting arrested. I'm sorry.
What?
Sorry. I'm getting arrested, Mom.
Why?
I'm sorry.
Dude, you gotta stop that.
I'm sorry. Possession.
He gets a little gassy when he's nervous.
No, yeah. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Can we just get that one more time?
I'm getting arrested.
Speaker. Thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Mom, I'm getting arrested. I'm sorry.
What?
Sorry. I'm getting arrested, Mom.
Why?
I'm sorry.
Dude, you gotta stop that.
I'm sorry. Possession.
So they said you got to stop that. Like, how, was he doing it like the whole time? Like when I was getting arrested?
I don't know. The mom
He gets the nervous farts.
Yeah. Yeah, they were dry too. Those were definitely anxiety driven, not diet.
No.
Okay, last one's called I'm That Guy.
Are you the guy? I'm the guy. Knock that guy right down. He fucking came up, was bothering us the whole game. Put him through a table.
In Buffalo.
We're
talking in the stadium.
In the nosebleeds.
They were sitting in the handicap section right behind us, and they were taking our hats off the whole game. They threw his glasses off down the bleachers.
The man needs his glasses to see.
Hit him with a 1-2.
He had his beer in one hand, hit him with the left. That was it.
It was game over.
That's the typical Massachusetts couple right there. Like when you look at the dictionary for Massachusetts couple, boom, those two people.
Yeah, real wonderful massholes there. I loved how excited that the chick got about,
Yeah, he fucking punched him right in the jaw.
Fucking got him right in the fucking jaw. They were throwing his glasses. They fucking deserved it. They got exactly what they were fucking looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
I got him with the fucking 1-2.
I put him right through the fucking table.
That must have been a sweet night for them walking out of there with the win.
Oh, God, yeah.
Speaking of sweet nights, that's it for us. This has been the Simple Mind Sports Show, Friday Rewind live, October 7th. Happy birthday, fucking Kyle. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. Fuck you, Kyle. Bye-bye.
See you then.